this is it. Her wonderful, wonderful Phoenix cards. And let me see what I can get if you want to stop, pause, and read. There's more to it than this, but that's the start. So now I'm not going to read from that part. I'm going to go to the back of the book and I'll show you the layout that she does. Okay. And she does cards for every planet, well, not every planetary position. These no Mars, but these planetary positions, okay? So sun being spirit, essence, vitality. Well, I'll give you my own shorthand for that. But so I'm going to read for that card in all of those positions. Just because she's channeled and written such amazing things for each position that it's not okay just to read for one. So in the sun position, which I would put as triggers and instincts, okay? And we are a 7. So that's a transformation number. I should have remembered. I noticed it when I was getting the card, but I should have pointed that out. Put on the brakes. You're going too fast. You're feeling rushed towards some type of personal achievement and are not giving enough attention to details. Oh, okay. It's important that you realize the world is not going to pass you by. You are powerful and awe-inspiring. You will make a difference. However, when you force the issue, you're creating the very obstacles that you're trying to overcome. Give others more flexibility and freedom. If you do not, they may join forces to block you. Wow. Put on the brakes. You're going too fast. So the triggers, okay. Feeling rushed. Well, then who's making you feel rushed is the question. Awesome. I love what she gives me to work with. Moon position, which I would put as your conscience. I am relating to the world through what I lack, in quotation marks. There's a sense of willfulness, but also a blind spot about what it is that needs to be accomplished. Okay, so what happened? I had to start over because I read the Page of Pentacles as Two of Pentacles, yes? Alright. Your initiative can now match any challenge. But be forewarned, do not rely on the strengths of others, for no one else can help you. You must blaze this trail alone. So, here's your map. The snake is your map. And here's your pentacle. I need to look into the symbol. I know she's probably explained it. Actually, yeah, let me see if she's explained it. No, it doesn't say. It explains the serpent, but she figures that the group probably mostly widely accepted as originating from India. And of course, the moon, the sun, and the stars. It's probably the earth, and this will be the celestial sphere. Okay. Because astrology in India goes back probably about 24,000 years. That's why they win the battle for who got there first. Well, no, that's not true. But in terms of, there's a tremendous amount that is, yes, due credit to India for many things. I get into that in my drawing work. So, in the Mercury position, your magician, your mind, your imagination position, your powers of reasoning and discrimination are especially clever right now. Very little escapes your grasp. Your mind is agile, alert, and notices everything. This card, well, it didn't notice the Page of Pentacles in reverse, but okay. This card position indicates, that's me though, except that I'm a Scorpio rising. It indicates a willingness to challenge yourself and others. You're akin to the gypsy fortune teller who can size up her customers with a shrewd accuracy and a sharp precision. The gypsy is cunning rather than psychic, for she's able to quickly ascertain and use the hidden vulnerabilities of others. Ouch. So don't be mean. Okay. So aware of people. Yes, aware of people. Scorpio on a bad day. Okay. Well, if that offended anybody, I sense that it possibly could. Let's go to the Venus position. You can take it up with Susan. Let's see here. You're romantic. And Venus for me, of course, is your attractions and appetites and your needs. Your romantic impulses are being stimulated. You're feeling compelled to seek out different involvements and new experiences. This card choice indicates temptation. You yearn to be appreciated and are especially susceptible to flattery right now. You may even find yourself the object of an especially aggressive romantic pursuit. Stop and think before you leap into the arena. The exciting person who currently desires you may not be worth the eventual heartache. Your gifts to the world are your cleverness and sharp intelligence. Now is a good time to use them. This is very interesting. I did not expect. Because the question is, I think we're already in that danger situation. Yes. We already have that on the table. Now in the Saturn position, and Saturn for me is boundaries, fears, calculated risks. Outside forces are working against you. It's best not to push it this time. I just finished doing Libra's reading was like that. This card emphasizes the need to reflect and evaluate your inner resources. You may feel that others are holding you back, and you resent it. It's important to proceed with stability and calm. Pointing a finger may forfeit your mission. Now is the time to soar above the crowd, not as a hawk, but as a dove. Okay. So something could spin you right out if you're looking in the wrong direction. Okay, let's go to the Uranus position, which should be absolutely terrifying. Because it's the areas of nonconformity, right? Your uniqueness. Your mind is sending out and receiving lightning bolts of inspiration. Okay. This card selection signifies great originality on the mental plane. Get ready to link up with some ingenious insights and revelations. You aren't thinking like other people right now, so expect some people to oppose you for a while. Does she know that a Scorpio is reading this? It's important that you stand your ground. Others will eventually become accustomed to your way of thinking. It's also a good time to develop a new angle on any occult studies. Aha! Okay. So basically, we're looking at a situation where you pose a serious threat, and you just don't want to detonate on yourself. Is that what we're saying here? Because there's a tremendous amount of power coming through in this, just like with Libra. Ingenious insights. Okay. So somebody's setting a trap for you so that you don't get these insights. But yeah, warfare. So in the Pluto position, your hidden wealth, your hidden, well, your own deep self, your inner fire. All right, your hidden powers, hidden wealth. You're experiencing a period of internal restlessness. You may fluctuate between times of extreme activity when you overdo or overcompensate, and times when you do nothing at all. This constant fluctuation of energies can create unwanted anxieties and conflicts. Yes, it's crucial that you learn to balance your assertive and receptive powers by using them creatively. When you learn to integrate the positive and negative energies of your personality, you will experience less frustration as you pursue your important goals. Right. You want them not to be so positive and not so negative. Those oppositions that need to be reconciled and succeed together. Yes, those fluctuations are tiring. So there we have your 10 of Wands, not 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and your 9 of Swords crossing each other. Well, I thought I'd have more clarity at this point, and yet I don't. But it's giving me some, I think what I like is that I'm getting friction from this card, and it will help me figure out. This is one of those reads where it's going to sit and play out. I think there is some time required to make sense of this, is what I think. Hang on. Right, because we're talking about, I'll put it over here. We're talking about psychic versus psychic thinking and your own mind problem solving. Yes, so all that cleverness and then being able to tell the difference. So all this violet purple energy on the table, right, we're getting to the burgundy here. Yes, okay. So let's see here. I'm not sure about this draw down the moon, except for using this. We're talking about the lunar eclipse then, which I realize is the sun eclipsing the moon through the earth, with the earth between the sun and the moon, or the moon eclipse. Oh God, gotta remember how this all works. Okay, well, let's finish up. Trust what you feel the divine is communicating to you through the happenings around you. There's divine guidance in all things if we know how to feel and look for it through the heart without silencing our intuition with logic. Again, so the emphasis on knowing which kind of thinking is which, or which kind of knowing is which. Which? Hey, which? To what end? To what end? This is the other one that was underneath it. Your path is before you now. Even if you sometimes lack confidence to trust in the path that you're upon, know this: you cannot miss your destiny. I shall guide your feet and inspire your heart to keep you true to your rightful divine life path. Trust me, trust yourself, take your journey now. The river. Okay, let me sit for 1 minute and think about this. There are no major arcana on this table. This is all you. This is all you. Not a single no divine timing, no divine intervention. In particular, the wheel. It's not about the wheel. It's about you in your head and your heart. Manifesting, right? What did this card say about the relaxation, pulling all the energies together? Yes. So the swords, the cups, the pentacles, wands. We have a king of wands and we have an ace of wands, and those are the only wands on the table. And that wands were with the trouble. This wand is with the Nine of Swords. So this beginning, your desire, your wand, your magic, right, is with that Nine of Swords. And it's leaving, like, it's to do with this trouble situation and this King of Wands. And so that's a gift. There's a 6 there of a gift. Gift of confusion. So I don't know if this is necessarily a bad situation, but I know that there is it's a 7 of Pentacles though, right? Yep. Workplace. Okay. All right, Scorpio. So I've taken some extra time. The battery needed to charge. So your batteries need to charge again to this relaxation card, yes? But it really has me, it's had me stumped about getting a grip on this. And I feel like, you know, in some ways I'm pushing too hard to understand what's simple. We have clear evidence of opposition. We have clear evidence of being up against it. We have basically deep magician. Magician's not even the right word. Spiritual threat. You as a spiritual threat. So if we, whatever words you're comfortable with, but I would say the roughest words would actually be witch, wizard, shaman, you know, dangerous words. Priest being the most dangerous, but actually just evil. But the most potent, right? And in words that you can't hide from, words that are even meant to be intimidating, yes? And so I need to go, I've been taking time with this card. I went back to read her introduction to this card and the history of it, because I wanted to know more about what she had. I've read it before, but I wanted to know more about what she had to say about gypsies. Because I know gypsy is, you know, and she gets into the whole, so I'm going to read through that briefly just because context. I feel like, because there aren't major arcana here, and that's really putting the onus on digging deep into getting this. Things that have come to me while, after reading this, understanding that there are people that you're up against, I really feel like this is stepping into the next level of being very smart about people, because they're going to be face-to-face confrontations with other magic people. We're very used to spiritual confrontations from other dimensions, but, and not that we aren't used to very face-to-face confrontations, but I do believe, based on what you're doing in your life and the focus that you're gaining, the work that you're doing, whatever you're creating, wherever you're positioned in work, if you're switching work, that either not only in the situation that you might be leaving, with the situations that you're going into, I feel like you're becoming such a threat through your sophistication, in your pills, in your skills, and powers, yes, that the people that know to watch for you, that are your enemies, spiritually but human, yes, because they're guided spiritually by their masters, okay, they don't necessarily know who you are yet, but some of them might actually, and they might be doing things against you spiritually that can, you know, of course would manifest physically. But I feel like there's maybe some naivety left to lose. Some mastery left, because we have a king up here, but we don't have a king down here. And you want this balance, you want this peace. The cross also came to mind, but you don't want to be a martyr. especially for anybody that does follow Jesus. He was the last sacrifice. Of course, then Malcolm X came. No, many people have come and have been. I wouldn't say that he was positioned. Malcolm X wasn't positioned as a sacrifice. I would say he was positioned as just a tremendous friend to all people. So, let me just read this. Or I'll hold it up, right? I'll save you some time here. You can read it in your own voice. Okay? I did this before, I realized, but there are some answers here. And you can pause on that. Okay. Magic protection. An amulet of some kind. All of this Pentacles energy. And the fact that you're going to have to do this on your own. I went back and I reread the planetary positions, and if you go back and re-listen to them, the thing that you need to do, you have to do on your own. Nobody can help you, right? That's why relaxation, your own systems will matter so much, because you're going to monitor your health and your balancing. Yes, the focus is on the imbalance, right? As my heating comes on. I live in an old building downtown. Alright, and then I started talking to a blurry camera. But no, the balance here. Emphasis is on the balance. And your 10 and your 9 are dependent on mastering this balance. Completing this. So that they can't get at you. They will get at you, these entities and these people. And through, I get a lot of attacks through the people that I have to maintain closeness to. They don't mean to be the vessels for attacks, but they have blind spots. They have blind spots. This was talking about blind spots, yes, but it's not only our blind spots, it's everybody else's. And so I have good people in my life. I have good clients in my life. But they have blind spots that and ways, yes, because they're not operating this way. They're not suspecting what they should suspect. And so because they refuse to suspect it, then it makes it makes for easy access to me through them for the things that they don't suspect, right? And so they make decisions and they make requests and they set things up sometimes that are, you know, the timing is really bad for me, or the suggestion is really, you know, and they can't see how bad it is, and I have to honor it. The way I see things, I don't really like karma. On a certain level is fine, but on other levels, no, children don't choose to be trafficked. Someone growing up in a Christian tradition, what I understood was that in order to be, and I'm not saying Jesus would necessarily be, I'm not trying to make a point about Christianity here, okay? I'm just saying, energetically, right? Energetically, I knew that every time I pushed to do something good, and it has to measure as good on anybody's scale, well, except for assholes, but it has to make sense, even secularly, right? But anytime I push to do that, I have to expect to take a punishment for it from the other side. That's where I expect pushback. Now, how I cope with it, that's where the cleverness comes in. And there's a strong focus on cleverness in this card. So we don't want to underestimate ever who's coming at us. And they might be higher up. They might be more sophisticated than we are. So that's my thought. Because there's just such strong emphasis here on getting... doing for yourself. Okay? Alright, Scorpio. I hope I've slogged through enough of the thinking process. I know that there's stuff that I've missed, but for now, I have to release and move on. But hopefully something in this comes to pass that gives you clarity. Because obviously the threats are... I don't know if this is about an immediate threat or just the long game, you know, like the overall... The timing is interesting though. So the timing matters. Okay, back soon.